Virgo, welcome to your Astroflower reading. We're going to be going into your chakras and your aura, and then we're going to be having the tarot reading at the end. Everything will be timestamped in the description below, so you can flip and flirt between it all, really. So let's just go straight in here. This is for the week going from the 21st to the 26th. Let's just see what's going on. This is your root chakra. So this is Virgo, please. Okay, there seems to be worry about your foundation. Worry about who you are. It's what you're doing, whether it's right or wrong. Am I doing it correctly? Sort of thing. That's what it seems like within your foundation. And it is to do with you and how your situation, basically. Let's just see what's going on in your... Okay, so this has been it's a recurring thing with everybody. Everything seems to be in harmony within the sacrum at the moment. There's nothing real big difference. There's a little bit of difference on your financial side rather than on your relationship side. So you might be investing more time and effort into sorting yourself out financially and or for your job and your business, and you've got more sort of drive and desire for that sort of thing. But it's marginally in front of the relationship that's going on around you. Let's just see what's going on in your solar plexus. Now, obviously, we were talking in the past about the fusing between the solar plexus and the heart chakra, and that's much more on a global sort of sense, really. And that's been that funny February that we're going through at the moment. And boy, has it been funny. Have you there's things falling out of the sky, there's there's train crashes all over the place, there's very weird stuff going on. Very funny February. But let's just get on to you. Let's just see what's driving you at the moment. Yeah, it's very nice chakra. It's a really beautiful chakra. It's well defined, but most of the passion is within you. It's how you position yourself. That seems to be the big crux of the situation. We'll come back to that. We need to come back to that because we need to see how it interacts with the heart and everything like that before we can get a really good reading on it. Let's just see what's going on with this. Okay, so there is part of the heart there that sort of there seems to be petals that not correctly working, or as if like you're losing a bit of passion for life, sort of scenario. Let's just see what's going on with your third eye and your throat chakra. So it seems to be pretty clear within your thoughts. It doesn't seem to be causing you a lot of emotional strain within the mental side of life. That seems to be pretty clear. Now let's have a look at your crown chakra. That seems to be a bit heavy. It seems to be within your consciousness. It seems to be heavy emotions at the moment. Let's just try this out. It seems like you're having a bit of a hard week here, Virgo. Of quantifying your position of how you sit with the world around you. Normally that's a winter or autumn period, sort of thing within your rhythm within the Astroflower. It's usually a sort of like June, July sort of period, that sort of thing. But at the moment we're in your summer pretty much. We're in your summer, so just moving into your summer, so it should be a little bit more sort of vibrant. It's almost as if like let's get back to that solar plexus, right? So let's just bring up that solar plexus. So it's sitting now like so you've got a trumpet, a little trumpet out the back and the bigger trumpet out the front. So, and this is the petal here on the top, how it combines with the heart and the chakras above, and how out the back it combines with the lower ones. And I did say this could well be an earth sign thing. It'd be interesting to see what happens on Capricorn. We certainly saw this on Taurus. So it could well be an earth thing. It could be tied into the activity of the sun. So, the solar activity at the moment is incredibly active We're coming to the height of the solar 25 cycle. That means there's going to be a lot of fire and air sort of scenario going on. And it might be just a little bit too much for you at the moment. There might be things that are galloping off and galloping around you. And it's almost as if, kind of, why am I not moving as fast? Sort of scenario. That's what it sort of seems like going on in there. And it's, yeah, this self-reflection we can see on the inner petals, because these inner petals here are really well charged. The outer petals are a lot more sort of dainty, a little bit more sort of crystalline, very fine dining. Oh, I don't know why I want to say fine dining. Maybe you're running a restaurant, but you know, that sort of thing. It's really like crystal. It's like, you know, crystal glasses. It's really well designed, where the bottom of it is like a mug. You know, it's really solid. You know, let's just see what the combination is between the two. Maybe a bit of self-love, which you're not the best at doing, Virgo. You know, you tend to sort of give a lot to everybody else around you rather than giving a lot to yourself. So that's sort of, I think that's potentially cutting off your passions for life, because you don't feel like that you're getting enough love. And I think it's because you're not giving yourself enough love. That's what it seems like in there. So that's see, lots playing out in this heart chakra. Now, this is the other thing with the heart chakra. Let's bring it out. So we brought it out. So now we've got the petals that come out here. That's the front of you. There's you in the middle. And then you've got the petals that go out the back. It's a bit like a fan that goes out the front with a little fan out the back. If you know, that sort of fan, you know, sort of scenario. And the central petal there seems to be collapsed. This could mean several things. It could mean that you're actually going through a difficult time within your relationships or one-to-one relationships. It may be difficult in the sense that it's non-existent. And you want it. And even if you're in a relationship, you don't seem to be, if you're not getting the feedback of, you know, the exchange with the other person that you've been with for a long time and stuff like that. And I think this ties into, let's just see how the connection goes between the two, because it's more on the upper petal. So it's very much more a conceptual sort of thing than a physical sort of thing, I think, in the conceptual sort of idea of love, of heart's desires. And I think that ties into the solar plexus, of where we saw the missing petal in the solar plexus as well. I think it's to do with valuing yourself. For others to value you, you've got to value yourself as well. Be honest with yourself, you know. Obviously, I'm the most perfect person in the world, but then again, I'm a Capricorn. Sorry, joke. You know, but it's obviously everyone has their own faults. Everyone has their yin and yang. If they say they don't, they're lying. You know, everybody does. It's as simple as that. Yeah, we all have our faults, but I wouldn't focus on them at the moment. You know, it's a bit like a Five of Pentacles sort of scenario. Don't focus on your being shut out of society, rather than, you know, of that society that's running past you and you don't seem to be going anywhere, although you're running. You know, I think you've got to build yourself up this week. I think this is a week of self-love. Basically, start loving yourself, Virgo. Start really enjoying yourself. You have beautiful sides to you, and we can see this in your root chakra as well. There is a lot of solidness, a lot of stuff that you've done in the past, that the values that you hold true to you are really good fundamental values. And I would allow them to actually start feeding you a little bit and kind of going, actually, maybe it's not me. Maybe it's the rest of the world that's completely doolally. You know what I mean? That's the sort of thing. That's the sort of, I think you need to encourage that within you this week. And if you do, all of a sudden it's going to provoke a lot of heart's desire. There's a lot of sort of yes, yes, yes. There is something to be said as well within the rhythms. And when we go into the summer, it's almost as if there's a week where we get a cold snap before we go into the summer. Then we go fully on into the summer. And that could well be a potential thing for some of you at the moment, where you feel like, you know, the rhythm's dropping out of life. But it's just taking a step back to take a massive leap forward. So it could be also to do with preparation. And with that preparation, you need to, as we move into magical March, you need to do a bit of self-love, I think, Virgo. Let's just see what's going on in your aura now. Yeah, this doubt, although it's not at the surface at the moment within your aura, this doubt that you have either within yourself or with the world outside, and I think it personally is with the world outside because the world outside is being very funny February. I think this doubt there is bringing to the surface old ways in mistrust within you that you might have towards some people, or some people that you feel like are a bit like parasites in your life. You know, they're like energy vampires. Although energy vampires, I'll tell you now, do not exist. Energy does not work like that. If energy worked like that, anyone with super energy could just absorb all the energy of everybody else and use it. That's just not the way energy works. So if you find people talking about energy vampires and stuff like that, they really don't know energy. They don't know what they're talking about. It's the way you position yourself with the outside world makes you feel that you have been zapped by the world. And this is what I'm talking about in your positioning. If you position yourself according to the outside world, do a bit of self-love and recognize that maybe in the world around us, you know, with the things falling out of the sky, with weird train crashes and major polluting going on by governing bodies, it's completely doolally at the moment, you know, purposely causing environmental damage and just in the name of progress. It's absolutely mad. And you've got to deal with that in that outside world. And maybe you shouldn't have to. And this is where the self-love comes into it. Okay? So, you know, it's if you keep chiseling away at it, you know, disrespecting yourself, you know, chiseling away at your own self-respect or self-wealth, you know, you're going to bring up things within you that probably you don't want to have on the surface in your life at the moment. Okay, so there you go, Virgo. Let's just have a quick look and see what's going on for the weekly reading on your tarot reading, and we'll see what's happening there. Let's just see. Here we have manifest. So taking that step back, that's possibly why you may have that sensation of the world going so much quicker than you. Because you should be in a position where, you're doing that self-love or you're creating things within you to manifest a new situation around you. And it comes from within you and how you have an influence on the outside world. That's what the overall energy is trying to encourage you to do. Use this moment here rather than, you know, picking holes in yourself, realizing what potential of what, you know, good vibrations you have that you can give to the outside world. Your karmic mission on your relationship side is celebration, is involvement with other people. And this is where this self-love, this is almost as if like, there's a certain sensation of, do I deserve this? And yes, you do, Virgo. Yes, you do. You do deserve this happiness and this joy of mixing with other people. I would get really, really social. On your world around you, get social. You know, and as you do get social, people may want to sort of like, you know, throw stones at you. Let them. Who cares? They're only going to bounce off you. None of them's going to hurt you. You know, and I think this is, I think there's a realization here of that you're better off with others than on your own, basically. Oh, the universe is trying to cause you a tower moment, is it? I think that the tower moment from the universe is a good thing. It's been happening a lot in a lot of signs. But I think this here is a case of out with the old and in with the new. And I think what they're trying to the universe is sort of saying, as you go forward and celebrate and become very social, because you're brilliant at socializing, Virgo, when you get into that socializing, automatically the old world is going to crumble away and take with it things that don't actually serve you in your life. And your guides are pointing you in the direction of happiness. That's what the guides are trying to help to manifest out of this tower, which the universe is sort of kind of going, you don't need that, get rid of that. And you'll be kind of going, hey, what'd you do that away from me for? And then kind of go, well, they were your crutches. Now you've got to run on and enjoy your life in connecting with other people that are around you. Absolute joy and happiness. And the high priestess is almost like the magician with structure. She has that capacity to see the manifestation of what she can create in the going future. The idea of seeing clearly the possibilities of tomorrow. And that's being driven by happiness. So you may be getting within your conversation little nuggets of gold that sort of says, oh yeah, I could do that. Oh, look at that situation. And you're going to be the only one to see the potential or the benefits within relationships, within that social aspect that is around you. I think on this sun here, I think these guides here are trying to sort of like, you may find friends are calling you out and saying, do you want to come out? And I would say, yes, I would really socialize. And this is how your guides are trying to connect you with other people that are around you and trying to install in you that kind of actually you have a really loving, beautiful light inside you, which is as powerful as the sun, And as I said, the sun's activity is in huge amounts at the moment, and it's going to be playing that sort of side of things. And where you have that Sagittarius fire that's coming in here, it's fueling that sort of relationship side in your life, and it is connecting with lots of people that are around you. Allow the universe to sweep away the chaff and leave you with only the beautiful seeds of the wheat. Page of Wands, passionate, learning about the world around you, trying things out. Don't be scared to try things out. I think within the physical world that is around you, there's obviously something that if you put your passions into it, it's going to connect that missing petal within your solar plexus, which is going to encourage that missing petal that is within your heart as well. And I think here, if you try things, the universe is going to recognize the effort that you're putting in, and that it will I can't even speak anymore. It will reward you with brilliant things, and that is that new beginning, that whole passion within you, that insight and into way of doing your job or your business, doing your career path or doing your projects. It's going to bring in a new passion for you, and this is discovering it with the page of Wands. You got the Page of Pentacles that is playing out throughout you, a new cycle coming through, and Five of Wands. So this is the being your own light. So it could be to do with conflict with the outside world. And this is that potential that I said you've got to be careful about, that could play up through you. That conflict could bring up through your job. You might find you're in conflictual sort of situations, bidding for the same contract or bidding for the same post or position within your job or your career path. I think it's more of a warning that if you keep knocking it yourself, you keep knocking yourself down, you're going to find the nasty sides of you. And I don't think, everybody's got their nasty side. And I don't think that's going to make you very happy. I think this is more of a case of learning through that Page of Wands to drive your passion, to be the ultimate person who you should be. To be that Five of Wands is to strive to be that sun that is within you, that light that is within you, as you go forward. As you drive forward to be your best example of who you could be. I think I said 5 of Pentacles in your reading, in your chakras and your auras. But here it's a case of, of just striving to be your best. And I wouldn't, this is where you've got to encourage yourself. Don't shoot yourself down, Virgo, because after difficulty, happiness is on its way to you. And you can manifest this. It is within you. It is awaiting only for you, Virgo. The world is waiting for you. And as it does wait for you, all of a sudden you're going to be able to really, kick it off and be in a really good place, basically. This is where your guides are trying to influence the conversation that is within you. So they're trying to, in one aspect, within coincidences within your job and everything, they're trying to make you be the best example of yourself. And within you, you're kind of going, the conversation is kind of going, look, see, it's working. And all of a sudden, you're going to find that you're in a rhythm that actually, you can run with the world around you. The world won't be just passing you by. All of a sudden, you'll have that speed and agility to go forward. And with that 8 of Wands, all of a sudden, you're going to realize a lot of things. This is what I said about sort of looking into situations and realizing where it works and where it doesn't work. And having that insight is going to put you in a position of communicator, of communicating how things should work and how things should go, basically, Virgo. Absolutely amazing. I'm going to pull a few cards on to see what those messages that are coming through for you. I'd like to see what potential they have and what do they pertain to within the coming weeks after that. What are you trying to manifest? 4 of Pentacles. What you're trying to manifest is probably the 3 of Pentacles, but you're holding on to 1 pentacle too much. And it might be tied into this here. You have to let go of certain things in order for new things to appear in your life at the moment. And then you have the King of Swords on the other side. On this side here, what's coming out of here is clear vision. Clear vision through judgment as well of things that are done and what the results were from what they've actually done. And it's so on your financial sort of side, your material side, it's going to give you a clear vision of where to go forward. I want to find out what you're holding on to. Emperor. So, what I think is here is you might be holding on to, in your relationship side, the ideal of what a relationship. And it's sort of saying to you, you might be saying to yourself this sort of thing where you're sort of saying, I'm not good enough. I can't work it out. I can't do this. I can't do that. And maybe it's not you the problem. And I think this is how the universe is trying to encourage you to let go of that by breaking it down and getting a shot of it. So then you can actually sit there with the Emperor and the High Priestess and with the King of Swords as well. And just be in that position of that person that sort of says, no, everything's fine. And this is exactly what I want because happiness is the direction I'm going in. And, moving on. Out with the old and in with the new. There you go, Virgo. Thank you very much for being here. We will be doing some live healings in the future. And we will be setting those dates. It will be on a Sunday night. Not sure exactly what time it is. But you're going to be able to, live on this channel, you're going to be able to ask for healing. It could be emotional or sort of physical or spiritual. And we will be doing that. We'll be answering requests on that side. We will also be answering questions through the tarot as well. So it's just a way of connecting with everybody where we can all connect together. It's like having a cup of tea and sort of asking questions and getting the results coming out through the cards or through dowsing your chakras and stuff like that and see how it's going on. So you're going to want to subscribe and click that bell so you've got the notifications for that. And also sharing this reading across all social media platforms. That would really help us out. And I'm very thankful for your support for this channel, Virgo. Very lovely to have you here. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.